Look, we know that Meghan Markle and Prince Harry just got married, but everyone's got royal baby fever already. And can you blame them? But if Meghan were to get pregnant, there are a bunch of royal protocols the Duchess would have to follow. So while the couple is certainly looking forward to parenthood, there are a couple of hoops that Meghan will have to jump through, and here are 10 of them. Before we jump into it, make sure to like this video and subscribe to TheTalko for more great content. Now, let's get into 10 strict royal pregnancy rules Meghan Markle must follow. Falling pregnant. People can't wait until Prince Harry and Meghan Markle get pregnant, and everyone loves the fact that they aren't your typical royal couple. But when they finally get ready to produce a new heir to the royal dynasty, they'll have to uphold a bunch of traditions. And one of the first royal rules is you don't just get pregnant, but rather fall pregnant. So what's the difference, you may ask? It's pretty simple. A man can get a woman pregnant, but only a woman can become pregnant. So when the Brits say fall pregnant, it's just a formal way of saying the same thing. It sounds insane. Who knew one little word could send the royal family into a state of chaos? Of course, if you're British, you wouldn't bat an eyelash if the media reported that Meghan Markle fell pregnant. But everyone in the States would probably scream, "Oh my god, is she alright?" So when you hear on the news that Meghan has fallen pregnant, don't panic. Put your heart back in your chest because it's not bad news at all. It's actually great news. No gender reveal party. Gender reveal parties are the latest rage for expecting parents. For anyone who doesn't know what it is, it's a get-together for friends and family where parents-to-be find a fun way of announcing their baby's gender. So why would anyone have an issue with a gender reveal party? There's free food, you don't have to bring a present, and you get to enjoy everyone's company. But it turns out that the royal family prefers keeping the gender of a baby top secret. Don't believe us? Then think back to the time when Kate Middleton got pregnant. No one had any idea whether she was having a boy or a girl until after she gave birth. Even Middleton and Prince William reportedly wanted to be surprised. So it's become a pretty standard rule that all members of the royal family must follow. Sorry, Meghan. Now, when she finally does get pregnant, people will have to find out the traditional way. But honestly, we seriously can't wait until Buckingham Palace announces the much-anticipated royal birth. No baby shower rule. In the United States, baby showers have been trending for a while now. After all, it's a party that celebrates the pending birth of a baby, and guests bring all kinds of gifts for both the mother and the child. Now, who wouldn't want to feast on cake, have a blast with your loved ones, and get a bunch of presents? Well, as it turns out, the royal family isn't a big fan of them. Baby showers apparently aren't a part of a royal tradition, and there's a reason why. According to royal expert Victoria Arbiter, a royal baby shower would be, well, pretty bad taste, particularly given the fact that the royal family doesn't really need any gifts as they can afford to buy whatever they need. One of the reasons most expectant parents welcome a baby shower is because they're gifted tons of diapers and baby clothes. These super helpful gifts will save the family hundreds of dollars. But the royal family is super rich and they can buy pretty much whatever they want, so it wouldn't really make sense to throw a lavish baby shower for Meghan and Prince Harry's baby. Tame maternity clothes. Remember when Kim Kardashian sported that floral couch dress on the red carpet? She was pregnant at the time and she looked absolutely comfortable. But as the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan won't be able to wear anything that's remotely similar to that. As a matter of fact, the royal family expects her to remain as demure as possible. But that's not really much of a surprise. After all, the Queen's style is pretty conservative. Poor Meghan. It must be pretty tough to try to keep up with so many rules. But according to the rule book, she simply has no choice. The Duchess will have to dress in smart casual attire at all times. Oh, and she can't forget about wearing comfy tracksuits. That would be a huge royal faux pas. So when Meghan does finally get pregnant, she'll have to forego comfy loungewear and choose cardigans and maternity dresses instead. Doesn't it sound like fun? Probably not. But who are we to judge their family traditions? Besides, Meghan has proven she's got a rebellious side to her, so she'll probably wear a tracksuit or two in the privacy of her home where no one can see and snitch to the monarch. Super fancy hospital bag. All expectant mothers have a hospital bag ready to take with them when they go into labor. If you've got kids, you probably remember making a list of all the things to pack into your hospital bag. You simply wanted to be prepared for the big event. So you put your favorite magazines, toiletries, and of course your health insurance card. Oh, and you couldn't forget about an old nightgown or a few comfy t-shirts to wear. You would also need some massage oil, lotions, and pretty much anything you think you might need. The American Pregnancy Association recommends means you pack an outfit that used to fit you when you were 6 months pregnant. But when you're a royal, yoga pants and maternity leggings are pretty inappropriate to wear, especially when you're ready to leave the hospital. When Princess Diana and Kate Middleton walked out of the hospital after giving birth, they looked totally put together. Their hair and makeup were styled to perfection, and they had an amazing dress and high heels to match. So when both of these women stepped into the spotlight, they were 100% picture perfect. And according to tradition, Meghan will be expected to do the same. Can you imagine trying to walk in heels and a dress a few days after giving birth? No weird names. Why do parents keep choosing embarrassing names for their kids? We're pretty sure they can see the confusion in their friends' faces when they reveal their child will be named something like hashtag or Twitter, right? But for some reason, the weird baby name trend has continued to grow, and people are inspired by all sorts of things like inside jokes and acronyms. But as you can imagine, names like Northwest, Blue Ivy, and Apple just won't cut it with the royal family. That's the whole reason why everyone in the monarchy is named Elizabeth, Harry, George, Charlotte, or Louis. They just can't have someone in the line of succession with a totally bizarre name. Apparently, the royal family prefers using a list of recycled names too. Some of the most common names for females include Victoria, Alice, and Mary, while male names are often Albert and Arthur. However, Meghan is pretty headstrong and could break away from tradition. After all, she has proven to be quite rebellious so far. Besides, it's not like her future children will be high on the line of succession. In fact, according to the rules, Meghan and Prince Harry's first baby will likely be the 7th in line. However, the royal family has managed to stick with their traditional rules over the years, so we seriously doubt the Duke and Duchess will be choosing a ridiculous baby name for their bundle of joy. Notifying the Queen first. Most parents-to-be prefer to wait at least 3 months before telling anyone they're expecting a child, and there's a good reason for that. Some people just don't want to jinx it, so they prefer to wait until it's safe to share the great news. But when a new mommy finally gives birth to her baby, the first thing she'll probably do is tell everyone on social media. But for the Duke and Duchess, that's not possible. For starters, the monarchy frowns upon members of the royal family using social media. Can you imagine not being able to post a photo on Instagram? But even if Meghan broke away from that tradition, the Queen would not be pleased to learn of a royal birth in such a tacky way. According to the rules, the Queen must always be notified first before the news goes public. In fact, when Prince George was born, the media was notified 4 hours after the Queen got the news. So when Meghan does get pregnant and gives birth, the Queen will have to be the first one to know. But if the baby is born at an ungodly hour like 3 a.m., the new parents will have to wait until the Queen wakes up at 8 a.m. to tell her the happy news, which means we'll probably have to wait until at least 10 a.m. to get the public birth announcement. No traveling overseas. There are a couple of rules that also involve traveling abroad. One of them is that you can't eat shellfish unless you're at the palace. But if you're pregnant, you can't travel abroad. Of course, that doesn't mean that Meghan wouldn't be able to travel within the UK. Back when Kate Middleton was pregnant, she made a bunch of public appearances. She attended several museum openings and spoke at hospitals as well. But eventually, she ended up breaking protocol when she traveled abroad while she was expecting. When Middleton was pregnant with Prince Louis, she accompanied Prince Harry to Norway and Sweden. While she was there, Middleton had dinner at the palace and discussed mental health issues in Sweden's Karolinska Institute. Fortunately, the Duchess was in great hands. If something had gone wrong, she had the best possible Scandinavian medical care at her fingertips. However, Meghan may have to adhere to the no traveling overseas rule, and that kind of sucks for her. After all, Meghan is far from the States, so most of her family and friends live there and in Canada. So this travel ban may not fly with her. No pun intended. No fertility testing. There's a rumor that's been floating around for ages, and it involves fertility. Rumor has it that before someone can marry into the royal family, they have to get tested to make sure they can produce an heir to the throne. Otherwise, the entire royal line could go extinct if no one makes any babies. The rumors continued to surface when Kate and Prince William got married, and when the news broke out that Meghan was marrying Prince Harry, everyone thought she had gone through a fertility test beforehand. Of course, this wouldn't be the worst thing that the royal family allegedly did. In the 90s, news outlets suggested that a royal gynecologist confirmed Lady Di was a virgin before she married Prince Charles, but we're pretty sure these are nothing but a series of rumors. After all, the royal family has been the focus of many headlines, rumors, and gossip throughout the years. The monarchy has stayed pretty hush about the whole thing, but who could blame them? We're pretty sure they're too busy to even pay attention to gossip. The magic number. In most marriages, family size isn't really an issue unless they simply can't afford to have a ton of kids. But the royal family is rich, so they don't have to worry about money problems. However, most parents would say 3 is the magic number. Any number higher than that would likely lead to chaos, but is there a protocol to how many kids the Duke and Duchess can have? The answer is no. But the latest line of royals has been sticking to 2 kids so far. As a matter of fact, Prince Charles, Princess Anne, Prince Andrew, and Prince Edward have all had 2 children each. But Kate Middleton and Prince William are the exception. They were blessed with 3 beautiful babies. And by now, everyone knows Meghan makes her own rules and she's influencing her hubby, Prince Harry, to do the same. So, what's the magic number of kids for the lovely couple? Well, that's really up to them. They're not even expected to have a boy first, as the whole concept of men being the only rulers of England no longer applies. Otherwise, Queen Elizabeth wouldn't be in charge. Now that Meghan is taking princess lessons, we're dying to see if she'll take it all in or rebel a little like in the past. That's all for 10 strict royal pregnancy rules Meghan Markle must follow. Are you excited about a new British royal making their way into the world? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to TheTalko.